Alright, let's begin our gameplay of Aliens. Another glorious day on the Corp. We're doing mission 1, Newt. We gotta find Newt. We gotta stay alive. Everyone's gotta get out the exit. Is it gonna happen? Oh yeah, of course it's gonna happen. No problem. We're in turn 1. We won't get motion tracker cards till turn 4. A couple other little things I didn't mention in the opening episode. Yes, the white lines do not block line of sight, but they block movement. You cannot move across these barriers. You have to go around them. There is diagonal movement in the game, but if a diagonal, if you can see here, this diagonal here, there's nothing interfering. But if you're in this space, and you can't go diagonally to this space because this juts out. You actually have to have the two corners meeting sharply, or you can't go diagonally, and that's going to happen with the doors. You can't go diagonally through the doors because, as you can see, they jut out. Alright, up first, of course, is Hicks. We're playing solo. Hicks is our hero character. He's going to be going first. So let's take a look at his on activation. Because on activation, oh, and I should say the very first thing we do on the turn is everybody sets their aim dial to what is showing on their card. It's the very first turn of the game. Everybody's aim dial is already set where we want it. Alright, so it says on activation, you may draw an endurance card. He has no endurance cards in his hand right now. His passive ability is to discard, exhaust a card in his hand to re-roll a failed attack. So we're going to go ahead and grab, we're going to get an endurance card. This could kill us because it could be a hazard. And it is, it's an event. Costing nothing, resolve. Alright, and we can play this. You can play this on anyone's turn. I think you can play it at any time events. It's just reveal a card. Your character may take an action. Cool. You recycle a card from the discard pile. We've got no cards in the discard yet. Or discard up to 3 cards from the endurance deck. Recycle 4 cards for each card discarded this way. Wow. So, yeah, and I believe you have to. This doesn't say you may. So if you reveal this, yeah, I don't know. We're gonna hang on to that. That's a card we can keep in our hand, which is fine. And we may play it later on. All right. So that was on activation. Hicks now has 2 actions. Let's zoom down here and figure out what he's going to do. Alright, so Hicks, of course, is going to lead by example. He's right in the center here. He has a speed of 4. Now, we do have line of sight to this stack of aliens. We also have line of sight to this, because like I said, the white lines do not block line of sight. They block movement. And that goes for the aliens, so the aliens can't move. Oh, the other thing is, Marines can move through other Marine models. They cannot move through alien models. Aliens cannot move through other alien models, and blips cannot move through blips or aliens. So there's a little bit of a restricted movement on the aliens. There's really not much restriction on our characters. Oh, and for line of sight, characters block line of sight. Aliens do not block line of sight. I don't know, kind of, because it's confusing a little bit, but aliens don't block line of sight. So if we had an alien here and an alien here, you could shoot at the back one. Front one doesn't block line of sight. If we have, who is this here? Hudson here trying to shoot at an alien straight across here, Vasquez would block his line of sight. Let's clear that up. All right. Hicks is, I think we better get moving. We got a bit of a timer in this game. We got to find Newt quickly, or as quickly as we can, without getting swarmed by aliens. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to have Hicks move. Hicks can move 4. And yes, we can go diagonally unless we're trying to cross something that blocks our way diagonal. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4 to here. All right, that's his first action. His second action is he's going to take a shoot action. And he's going to be using his pulse rifle. So let's take a look at it. Exhaust a card when this character takes an attack action with this weapon. It also has full auto. We don't have any grenades, though, for him. So after this character takes an attack action, attack with this weapon, they may make a free attack action using a grenade weapon they have. We don't have grenades. I could have equipped him with a grenade, but I gave him with the Ithaca shotgun instead. So basically, we're going to start firing with this full auto pulse rifle. And we are going to exhaust the top card, which means we don't look at it, It just goes into the exhaust pile. And now Hicks can shoot. He's going to shoot at this alien. Now he has full auto, so if he hits and kills this one, he can keep shooting at this stack. If you're attacking on your Marine turn, you can change targets. If you're defending against an alien attack with full auto, say this stack got right up to Hicks and he's starting and he mowed the whole stack down and there was another alien behind him, on defensive fire you cannot change targets. On your own action you can. Does that make sense? Well, I hope it does. Alright, our aim dial for Hicks, just to try to explain anything, he's sitting currently at 7. Now hit or miss, we're going to keep going. Oh, and I mentioned when I was playing Folklore, the addiction, I was saying, man, I wish I had 10-sided dice that have 10s on them. Would you look at these beauties? They have 10 on them. So there we go. And the star is a 1. Okay, let's have Hicks take his first shot. We've exhausted a card. He can hit on a 7 or less. We have to roll the number or less to hit. And he rolls a 4! Yeah! So he basically blows the alien away. Do we get experience points or anything cool for that? No, we don't. And he's going to spin, and he's going to use his full auto ability. But before we do that, let's take a look at this, because yes, his aim goes down to 6. The more you fire, the worse you get. I guess the weapon's overheating, you're getting nervous, things are going crazy. He will spend exhaust another 1 card to do full auto. So he's shooting at the stack now. Yes, you can change targets, and now he needs a 6 or less. And this time he rolls a 10, so he blows it. Now he could exhaust the 1 card in his hand to re-roll a failed attack. But you know what? We got lots of other characters here. I think we're just going to lead it off. So he basically blows away the 1, and then he says, you know what? That's enough of that. So that was his second action. And yes, hit or miss, you have to move your aim dial down. So his aim dial is now down to 5. Now that's kind of important, because if this alien attacks him, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It can get to him. And for defensive fire now, he's going to be sitting at 5 because we don't reset those dials till the start of the Marine's turn. Wow, did I explain enough there? Okay, that was Hicks taking his turn. Because we're playing solo, now it's basically every other grunt gets to go. So we can decide what order we want to activate the grunts. We got a stack of 4 aliens here. We're probably going to try and shoot them down. Alright, let's figure out who we want to go next. I think we are just going to have Frost going next. He's got the flamethrower, but I just want him to get up as close to this door as possible. So we're going to have him do a double move action. He's a grunt. His move is 4. He has no on-activation abilities, so we don't need to worry about it. Oh, and I should mention, the flamethrower. You cannot use defensive fire with the flamethrower. Likewise, you cannot have a backup weapon if you're using the smart gun like Vasquez is. I don't think I mentioned that as well, but now you know. Okay, Frost is right here. We're just going to get him to move 8 spaces. He's going to move twice. Yeah, so he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and you know what? He's going to go over here 4 because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, this alien stack won't attack him because he's got no defensive fire with his flamethrower. That's not a good thing. And I'll explain defensive fire if and when it comes up, but we'll get into all the details right now because we won't worry about it. That was Frost taking his turn. Let's have somebody else go. You know what? Let's have Ripley go next. Ripley's in the back here. She's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, getting next to Hicks, and she will then take an attack action. And Ripley's aim dial is 5. That's not super good, but she might be able to pop off. She's got a pulse rifle. Well, let's see if she can pop off one of these aliens in the stack. 5 or less. Ripley takes a shot. She gets a 2. So yeah, so we take 1 of the tokens away. So she's killed 1 alien. Now she has full auto on her pulse rifle, and yeah, we have to go down 1. So she's down to 4. Does she want a full auto? Oh, hang on, I forgot to exhaust 1 card for her firing that. Let's not forget that. Yes, so she exhausted a card. And now she can exhaust another card for full auto, but she's at 4. You know what? We're not going to bother. We're not going to bother with Ripley doing that. She's just going to leave it at 4. And that was Ripley's turn. And up next, we either have Gorman, Vasquez, or Hudson. I've got to think about which one we want to have activating next. Okay, everyone gives Gorman a hard time. You know what? He's got a pistol. So we're going to have Gorman going next. His only weapon is the pistol. Now, this weapon's kind of interesting because it just says this weapon always hits on a roll over 3 or less. His current aim dial is a 4. So he's he's not a sharpshooter, we'll put it that way. And then it says after this character takes an attack action with this weapon, they can exhaust a card to make a second attack. So the first attack with the pistol doesn't cost, you don't have to exhaust any cards. So let's just go ahead. Gorman's going to take a shot. He does have line of sight to the stack, as you can see here. There's no other Marines in his way. So he's standing back. He's taking a shot at the alien. He needs a 4. 4 or less. Is it going to happen? I don't know. Let's see if Gorman can use his pistol or not. 4 or less. And he rolls a 10. So he absolutely misses on his first shot. Absolute garbage. And yep, his dial goes down to 3. And you know what? He will exhaust the 1 card. We'll exhaust 1 card. And he'll go ahead and shoot again. Because you can exhaust 1 card to shoot again, hit or miss. And that's the other thing with the pistol. If you miss, you can still do that ability by exhausting a card. Now he needs a 3 or less to hit. Come on, Gorman. And he gets a 3! Gorman unloads his clip and actually ends up hitting. He ends up hitting that alien. And yes, let's not forget, every time you shoot, hit or miss, your aim dial goes down 1. Wow, he actually popped off an alien. Way to go, Gorman. Now there's only 2 in that stack. Okay, we're whittling them down pretty good. We have 2 characters left to go, Vasquez and Hudson. So let's... Oh, hang on. That was Gorman's first action, right? Because he shot. That was his first action. He didn't move. You know what? Let's get him moving too. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. He'll move up. We got to get through the door, so we don't want to hang back too much. Okay, up next, let's have it's either Hudson or Vasquez, and we got 2 aliens left. What do we want to do? Let me think about this. Okay, I think we're going to have Vasquez going next. Let's take a look at the smart gun, because there's a whole bunch of information going on here. So exhaust 3 cards when a character takes an action, attack action with this weapon. For Vasquez, her special ability, as we recall, exhaust 2 cards instead of 3 when you use the smart gun. So she only has to exhaust 2 cards to fire that. However, there's a bunch of other stuff going on here. When rolling for an attack with this weapon, you roll 2 dice instead of 1, discarding the highest result. And basically this character cannot equip a backup weapon. So, what we have here, Vasquez currently is a 6 to hit. She will exhaust 2 cards off the deck. We don't look at them. They just go in the exhaust pile. And she will roll 2 dice and attack this stack. And yeah, total bead line of sight, no problem. So she's going to roll 2 dice, get rid of the highest one. She's looking for a 6 or less to hit. And she gets a 3 and a 2. So we get rid of the 3. The 2 hits. Oh yeah, she blows one of these aliens away with the smart gun. And away it goes. Which means her aim now goes down to 5. And is she going to full auto? Of course she is. It's full auto. Now for full auto, you discard 1 card. You don't discard the 2 again. That's for the attack action. The full auto action is discarding 1 card. So Vasquez will, exhausting 1 card. Gotta be careful with the terminology. Exhausting another card to go full auto. She gets to roll 2 dice. This time she's looking for a 5 or less. And she gets a 3 and a 6. So we get rid of the 6. The 3 hits. And say bye-bye to the little aliens. They are all gone. But Vasquez's aim dial now goes down to 4. Remember, hit or miss, your aim dial goes down. That was her first action. It was just blowing away those 2 aliens. For her second action, she will move. She'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. And up last, we have Hudson. And his aim tracker is 6. He's got nothing to shoot at. He's our motion tracker guy, though, so we kind of want to get him. And he's our best tech guy, I think, or is Gorman better at tech? Gorman's got a tech of 5, Hudson's got a tech of 6. If we want to open up this barricaded door, we better get Hudson up there. Hudson, move it! Get up to that door. So he's going to go, he has a move. I think everyone's got speed of 4. Everybody's got a speed of 4. That's easy to remember. So he can move a total of 8, and we can move through other models. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hudson is making his way to the door. Okay, that was the end of the Marine's turn. Everybody's done everything. End of activation abilities. Nobody has any. And so we're on to the alien phase. Here we go, alien phase. Step 1, activate aliens. Well, guess what? We blew them all away. Or the Marines are going to be blown away. And now it is time to activate blips. And we're going to be skipping drawing motion tracker cards because we don't draw motion tracker cards till turn 4. Oh, I didn't think I mentioned either in a solo game when you're playing with just 1 and 5 grunts, you draw 2 motion tracker cards. Forgot to mention that, but we'll get to that. We're not drawing them yet. So we're still in turn 1, and we're into the alien phase. So now we have to activate the blips. Well, how does that work? I'll zoom out the camera and get to it. All right, well, we have 2 active blips, the yellow ones, on the board. These represent aliens as we pull out of the bag to see how many there are. And then we have the special blips. These ones don't move or activate or do anything. They are one of them is Newt. The other ones are aliens or maybe nothing. So, and we do it by tile. So on this tile, we'll start with this tile. We're going to roll a d6. I'm not sure I mentioned how this works either. We roll a d6 and the blip will move that many spaces towards the nearest Marine. So they're going to try and go out this door, and this door is not barricaded. So this blip is going to move 3 spaces. And again, it can't go diagonally here because you see that juts out. So it's going to go 1, 2, and this can go diagonally 3. And when it gets adjacent, or not, when it gets orthogonally adjacent to the door opens. Oh dear. So, but nobody has line of sight to the alien, but the door is open, just so you know. This door was not barricaded. All right, that was that blip moving. The next one is up there. So we're going to roll a 6-sided die for that to see how far that one moves. And it's only moving 2, so they're puttering along. So by moving 2, once again, they can't jut diagonally. This one is going to try to get to the barricaded door. It's going to go 1, 2, and it just ends its movement there. And that is basically the end of the alien. And like I said, we don't draw motion tracker cards because we're still in turn 1. We don't do it till turn 4. Resolve effects, victory or defeat. Did we rescue Newt? No. Cleanup phase. And then when we come back tomorrow, we get right back into the Marine phase. So we're going to zoom the camera out, and we're going to wrap up our episode for today. Alright, a little bit of a slow start. We had to blow away the aliens in the hangar deck area here. We got to take the barricade down the door. Darn it, I don't think 1, 2, 3, 4. Hudson can't even get to it. This turn is going to be... Okay, it is what it is. It's all good. And yeah, so we're going to leave it off there for today. So thanks so much for watching along. Thanks for your comments, subscriptions, likes. This is Aliens, another glorious day in the Corps. We're doing our very first mission, Newt, with all the expansions thrown in. A couple of things we're not using, which is the special aliens. There's 4 special aliens. We'll probably do that in one of the bug hunts or rescue missions, or maybe in a later mission. We'll look at doing those. All right, having a lot of fun with this. Man, time is going to tick down. We're going to be in turn 2 next episode, and turn 3, turn 4, and then we're going to start getting motion tracker cards showing up, and that's when Hudson's going to have to use his motion tracker. Coming on the walls, man. All right, thanks so much for watching along, and hope to see you tomorrow for the continuation. Aliens, another glorious day in the Corps. We're doing Mission 1, Newt.